The Mixed Mornings and More podcast with Steph and Sean.
Now available daily.
Good morning, world.
Good morning. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
To both of us.
I feel like it's been forever, Sean. I haven't seen you in weeks. I've got so much to tell you.
Absolutely. Well, happy Monday. We got Monday going on right now. It is November. I think the last time we talked, it was October.
It was like October 25th. Maybe.
Wow.
Or even before then, the last time I saw you.
Well, happy Monday, November 7th. It is 5:30, so we instantly got a raise Monday morning.
Woo-hoo.
And yeah, welcome back to both of us.
Yeah, for real. How are you feeling?
I feel good, full of energy. Nothing really ailing me right now. How do you feel?
Feeling good as well. Pretty full of energy. Tiny bit of a stuffy nose left.
What? Get out.
No, I tested negative. I am safe to be here, and I brought a mask just in case.
So you're just going to get all snotty all over me this morning then?
You know what? Keep your 6 feet distance away.
Have you paid attention to Elon Musk buying Twitter and all the things that he's doing, Steph?
Honestly, I was in a little bit of a COVID coma, so...
Yeah. Well, you had a lot of time, but you didn't see any of the headlines or anything?
No.
All right. It's been a hilarious ride. So he bought it, and then he basically just said, like, I want to run it how I want to run it, so I'm basically going to fire everyone, right?
Okay.
And so he essentially fires everyone, and then come, like... yesterday or 2 days ago, he was like, oops, I fired too many people. And so he reached out to some people and asked if they wanted to come back.
No way.
So that's happening right now. And then like another thing that he's doing is like this whole verification blue check mark type of thing. He's saying like, if you want to stay verified, then you got to pay $8 a month.
No.
And that's one way that he's going to like try and turn a profit on Twitter. It's just charging people for their verification. And
I can't imagine anyone paying for that.
Yeah, it's so weird. And he's like, free speech and all this and blah, 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 right? And then the one thing, he's like, anyone can have this check mark as long as you pay $8. But the one thing that he doesn't like is people making a parody out of him. And because a lot of people are just like, so you can have your username. Like my username is Sean with a bunch of H's and A's and W's and it's just elongated. Yeah. But then you have like the bolded name that everyone sees. So then in mine's like Sean Kreitz. So people see Sean Kreitz and they don't see the username. And so what people were doing where they were getting the verified badge and then changing their bolded big name to like a celebrity or something and impersonating them with the verified badge.
Uh-oh.
And it was funny, but then people started impersonating Elon Musk and he did not like that. And so he just started banning people and he was like, new rule. He's like, new rule, you're not allowed to do a parody account when you verify. You're not allowed to change your name and all this stuff. And so it's just been a wild, wild ride for the first like week of Elon owning Twitter, and kind of funny, kind of terrifying. But
yeah, it sounds kind of like when you like are playing a game as a kid that you're making up and you're like, I didn't think of that.
That's right. Yeah.
Now this. I didn't think of that either. But you can't do that either.
This is 100% how it's going. So new rules are popping up every day and we'll see how it goes.
Could have been the last time it happens, but over the weekend we did fall back into standard time.
Yeah, once again, I was still very confused when I was talking about it on Friday. I couldn't remember fall back. I was like, do we gain or lose an hour? I don't know.
You gain an hour. So it's 2 o'clock in the morning it happens at, and then once it's about to 2:59 in the morning, it goes back to 2 o'clock in the morning.
Right. Yes. Probably why I feel so refreshed this morning. One more hour of sleep yesterday.
I did see that a friend of mine tried to trick her kids.
Oh.
And so she was just like, you can wake us up tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. And then she went and changed her oven clock and her microwave clock so that she would get that extra hour of sleep. But she accidentally sprung them forward. And so instead of her kids waking them up an hour later at 8 o'clock like they were supposed to, they woke them up at 6 o'clock.
No. Yeah, I've read stories of falling back in daylight savings time, just like being the worst when having kids.
Yeah, it was like, it's been okay for me so far. I mean, I'm an adult and can rationalize things. However, last night at 4:45, and like, you know, we eat dinner late. Like we're like a 8 o'clock start cooking kind of people. 4:45, my husband said, what do you want to have for dinner? And I was like, are you hungry now? And he's like, I don't know, it feels like dinner time. It's 4:45 in the afternoon, but it was dark.
I hate to say this because I absolutely am a perfect driver. but I'm a little bit of a liability on the roads right now, Steph.
Uh-oh.
And it's because I didn't switch over my friggin' tires yet.
Oh, you know what? This was a ploy, though. We were saying that you couldn't switch them over because I was going to blame you if it snowed early.
Right.
So I appreciate you waiting so long, but please don't drive again until you switch them over.
Yeah.
How long are you planning on waiting, Sean?
Well, I'm going to call today, but it's probably just backed up and they'll get me in like 2 weeks or whatever. That's like my fear right now, but hopefully they can take me in today. Good thing is, though, I don't really drive anywhere during the week.
It's true. It's true. So as long as we can keep you home on Saturday and Sunday again, and then maybe after the 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, it's supposed to be like when it's been -7 consistently, that's when you're supposed to change your tires. But newsflash, it is freaking cold out this week.
And it was so drastic because I swear like last week we were still hovering around like +3 and +5 and it would only get down to like -3, -5. It was never the -7 mark.
Yeah, it never was the consistent. But now, like right now, it's -18, which will make you feel like -21.
Yeah.
And honestly, there's no joy in sight here. The one day that it's anywhere close to -7 isn't till Saturday.
Yeah, 100%.
Or that it's in the low teens.
Yeah, so I'm just going to make an apology if anyone sees just like a white hatchback. The only time I really have problems, I noticed when I was getting groceries, was being stopped at stop signs and red lights and then just accelerating. It takes me a while to accelerate, but I can maneuver the roads and turn and stop good. It's just my I just take a really long time to accelerate.
Okay, everybody, take a note from Sean's playbook and don't follow in his footsteps. Winter tires are good things. Okay, I know Halloween has come and gone for a full week, but I feel very scarred about this, and
Yeah.
so I have to talk about it.
That's right. This is our therapy right here. Let it all go.
Thank you. So last Monday night, I had to turn my light off, Sean.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so first off, I tried to go buy candy, and there was none left in the stores. And I posted on our Facebook page and asked for some help, and everybody had some great ideas. Like they were like, you can't go wrong with cans of pop. Kids love it.
Right.
Grab some granola bars, get some fruit snacks.
Getting worse.
And I was like, okay, I will do that on my way home. And then I thought I was like at home at this moment, and I was like, oh, I better take a COVID test because our whole work kind of was dealing with it.
Guilty, yeah.
Yeah. Took a COVID test and I tested positive, and I was like, well, I certainly am not going to open my door to a bunch of children now.
Not only did you not have candy, but at least you had a legit excuse to not turn on your light now.
Yeah, but I still felt awful. I turned the light off. We had no Halloween decorations on. We hid our pumpkins. And still, children were knocking at our door asking for
Really?
candy. Yes, and they were
Wow.
very persistent. Like
Dedicated
this
neighborhood.
knocking that was happening. I like barricaded myself in my room trying to let my husband not get COVID. And so he was sitting on the living room couch in the pitch black, not even the TV on.
Oh my.
I'm in our bedroom in the pitch black, not even the bedroom light on, and there's just knocking and knocking. And finally we put up a sign that said like, we don't have any candy,
Yeah.
we're boring. I didn't want to say like, we have COVID, don't come here, don't even touch our door, you might get it. But I never want to experience that again. It was so sad. Like I don't know how people do it every year if their light turner offers of as their regular thing, because it was terrible.
Yeah. Well, my area didn't get anyone, so I didn't even have to go through that.
You didn't?
No, I was like sound asleep by like 10 o'clock. It was great.
Wow. Lucky guy.
I have a question for everyone out there, since I don't think you go through this problem, Steph.
Okay.
And it has to deal with washing clothes. Now, you're a Go Clean Co person, so you're probably just powder Tide all the way through, hey?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I'm a bachelor. I'm lazy. I use Tide Pods. It's just easy that way, right?
Yeah, you don't have to measure anything, don't have to deal with powder.
Toss
You
one
just
in.
put your hand in and get one out. Okay.
Yeah, and it's cold. It's cold Tide Pods. So just turn the water to cold.
Wow.
Throw in your clothes. Everything should be easy peasy.
Low maintenance, low budget. Good job.
100%. I am saving my landlord money at the same time, right?
Nice guy.
Well, sometimes Tide Pods out of nowhere, they will just splurge on your clothes and you'll get that blue, green, purple cleaning solution and it will just stain your clothes.
You're kidding.
And I don't know if I'm doing it wrong. Like, the instructions are pretty darn clear. Set it to cold, throw your clothes in, throw the Tide Pod in. It should be good to go. Now, it happened to me last night. Thank goodness it just happened on one of my white tees, which I have about 100 of.
Okay.
And so I can easily just use that for like a workout shirt or something.
Yeah.
But if it would have happened on like my nice sweatpants or a nice sweater, I would be fuming. Well, I am fuming, but I would be fuming more.
This is a terrible thing. Like, it's a laundry detergent that is staining your clothes?
It's very weird. So now my question to everyone else is, I know other people have gone through this. What are the solutions to fix it now?
Well,
if it does happen to one of my nicer pieces of clothing, because with this white tee, whatever.
Well, white tee, whatever, you can just bleach it. But jeepers, that's terrible. Sean, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, thank you. Apology accepted. I don't know why you're apologizing, but accepted.
Tweet them on Twitter and tell them how you feel.
Elon Musk, help me.
Sean, I've learned a new term, and it might be a new term for something I have.
Wow, okay. Yeah, bring it on. What is it?
It's called nyctophobia.
Something you have. What is it?
Nyctophobia.
Can you use it? No.
No, I cannot use it in a sentence.
Nyctophobia. Well, I was gonna like Nicorette, but you don't smoke. At least that I know of. Maybe it's a fear of having smoke in your lungs.
Perhaps a fear of secondhand smoke. It is not. Let's
Level up your lexicon.
Nyctophobia is an extreme fear of the dark.
You might have an extreme fear of the dark.
Well, I have a fear of like driving at night, and I don't like being in the dark. And in the morning, I'm like ready with my alarm to be like, "Who's out here to get me?"
Okay.
However, this is an extreme fear of the dark, and I after reading a little bit more of it, where they say that people have a fear of sleeping in a darkened room,
Oh yeah.
or they need therapy to help them through their fear. I've
Couple
decided
nightlights.
that perhaps I don't have quite an extreme fear of the dark, but nyctophobia, you can start using it in vocabulary.
All
I
right,
don't know
that's
when
one to
it'll
add.
come up.
Appreciate it. Not me, but during COVID, good. But then after I had brain fog going on, I was in my bathroom and I have a push down soap.
Yeah.
And so I thought when I put my toothbrush in my mouth that I accidentally pushed down on the soap and put soap on my toothpaste. And I started brushing my teeth. I was like, oh, like, what's going on right now? But then I looked over and like my cap was off my toothpaste and I could tell that I used it. I was like, okay, well, that's different. And then the next day I was like, no, it definitely is the toothpaste because it still tastes coconutty.
That's awful.
But now I haven't tried anything else that's minty, so I don't know for like I don't know if it's the baking soda, if it's the mint, if it's just the concoction of toothpaste. But
You know, Sean, I'm a girl guide, so I feel like I could hook you up with some mint chocolate cookies and we could test this out maybe.
yeah, I might pop in a piece of gum. I don't know, and just like give her a test. Is mint always coconut for me now? I don't know.
Terrible. Is there anything else or just the toothpaste?
That's all I've noticed right now. That's off for me. So it's interesting. Have you noticed anything yet during or after?
I'm knocking on wood. I'm crossing my fingers. Nothing bad has happened so far, but
Have you
got
brushed
me
your
real
teeth?
nervous. Yes, I have brushed my teeth multiple times during and after.
Okay, just checking.
Everything still tastes like mint, Sean. No
checking.
baking soda needed.
The Monday after.
Well, Steph, what did we go? 950 some odd days?
Oh my gosh, 3 years nearly, really.
Yeah, I think I remember doing the math. We both got COVID for the first time just this past weekend. I got it a little earlier than you. I was back a little earlier. You were a little later. But what did you do this weekend?
What did I do this weekend? Last Monday, I left work, took a COVID test, and now we're back at Monday again. And 5 seasons of Gilmore Girls is what I did this week. I couldn't help it. It's just such a riveting show. It's probably my 6th or 7th time through the whole
Riveting.
show. And I couldn't tear my eyes away. That's all I
Watching
did.
football all day Saturday is riveting, not 5 seasons of Gilmore Girls.
Speak for yourself. I would be falling asleep if I was watching football all day on Saturday.
Want more of today's show?
Download the Mixed Mornings and More podcast.
Now available every weekday.